Hi everybody, welcome back to English 112, and this is for our class for Thursday, the 22nd of October. And where we are is moving forward in our drama section. We're right at Shakespeare. And for those of you who've submitted in your short story paper, thank you very much. I will be going through those papers and returning them to you via email. And for those of you who asked for an extension, thank you very much, and I was happy to grant that to you. And in terms of Shakespeare, last class we talked a little bit about some of the historical background. So we're at the point now where we're ready to talk about one of his plays, specifically A Midsummer Night's Dream. And probably the best way to appreciate a play is to watch a performance. So I thought we could begin with performance, and then when we're done with performance, we could talk a little bit about some of the themes and elements within the plays. Now, performances tend to be rather long. In terms of this particular performance, it's close to 3 hours, so it's divided up into 3 separate parts. So I thought that what we could do is view it over 3 separate classes. So today's class is devoted to a link that I'm calling Part 1. You can see that I've indicated that in our class notes, as well as a summary of some of the action that occurs in that first part. As you know, this play is notoriously complex because it has lots of characters, and these characters oftentimes have similar names or similar characteristics, and they're falling in and out of love with one another. But that's important thematically because basically the play is about love, and Shakespeare is trying to show how incredibly confusing and fickle love can be. So I've got the plot summary there, which we will review in the future. And then the second part we would normally see on Tuesday, the October 27th, but that happens to be advising day, so there are no classes. So your advisor should be reaching out to you if your advisor hasn't already, so that you can register for classes and you can access the class schedule online through the GCC website. And certainly if you had any questions about upcoming English classes, I would be happy to answer those questions for you. I can also answer questions about public speaking and my communications class on horror film, even though those classes have not yet been assigned instructors. That will occur after the fact. So in terms of part 2, then we will watch that on the 29th of October. And again, I will give you a plot summary in the notes of what occurs in that section. And then finally, we'll finish up on the 3rd of November with part 3. And again, I will give you a summary of that, so that when we get to class on November 5th, we can discuss A Midsummer Night's Dream. That'll put us a little bit behind in terms of where we are with our schedule. However, I know we can catch up because I embedded in a catch-up class in the drama section, as well as the poetry section. And our last drama after A Midsummer Night's Dream is a drama that should be much easier all the way around because it's much more contemporary. It's a drama called A Raisin in the Sun by Lorraine Hansberry that was written in the 1950s in the United States. And once again, we'll watch performance and then we'll talk about it as well. So in terms of today's attendance question, I thought it would be a question that would be based on the early part of the play. And my question, after you've watched the play, is asking you, which character do you find to be the most interesting in A Midsummer Night's Dream, at least for the first part that you will be watching, and why? So again, which character did you find to be the most interesting in your viewing of A Midsummer Night's Dream, and why? So without further ado, I will leave you with part 1 of Midsummer. That's approximately an hour long. I hope you're well. I'm well. And I will see you next week after advising day, so to speak. See you. So that we can continue talking about A Midsummer Night's Dream. Take care.